The story begins with a 19-year-old boy named Alex. He has been arrested for theft and is being taken to prison in a police van. Alex has been sentenced to 6 months in jail, but the prison he is being sent to is extremely dangerous. Spending even 6 months there is a huge challenge because the prison is full of brutal inmates who constantly abuse weaker and new prisoners. When Alex arrives at the prison, guards thoroughly search him and then escort him toward his cell. As he walks through the prison corridors, other inmates stare at him aggressively. This scares Alex badly. Soon, the guards lock him inside his cell. Inside, there is already another prisoner about Alex's age. That boy looks terrified and depressed. Alex tries to talk to him, but the boy keeps facing the wall and does not reply. Alex doesn't understand what is wrong with him. Alex somehow survives his first night in prison. The next day, he discovers the truth. He sees 3 very dangerous inmates dragging that young boy away. Alex realizes that these men abuse the boy every single day, which is why he always looks scared and broken. He becomes afraid that the same thing could happen to him. While those 3 inmates are taking the boy away, Alex notices a huge, muscular prisoner walking past them. The 3 inmates immediately step aside in fear. That large prisoner goes and sits next to a man named Brandon. Alex understands right away that Brandon is the most feared inmate in the prison. Alex realizes that if he wants to survive, he must be on Brandon's side. At that moment, Brandon is playing chess with his friends. Alex approaches him and says that Brandon is about to lose because he is playing the wrong move. Brandon gets angry and challenges Alex to beat him. Alex sits down and defeats Brandon in a single move. Brandon is shocked and impressed by Alex's intelligence. Later, when Alex returns to his cell, he sees his cellmate sharpening a knife. Alex asks why he is doing that. The boy says he can't take the daily abuse anymore, and the next time those men come, he plans to kill them. Alex feels sorry for him.
The next day, when the 3 inmates come again to take the boy, Alex intentionally starts a fight with his cellmate. He does this so the guards will come and stop everything. The guards arrive, see the fight, and lock both of them in a different cell. The boy is saved for that day. Brandon witnesses all of this and becomes even more impressed with Alex. A few days later, Alex is released back into his original cell. Brandon approaches him and warns him that the prison is full of dangerous people. He tells Alex to protect himself first and never get into unnecessary trouble, or he will be killed. Later, Alex sees the 3 inmates once again abusing his cellmate. Unable to take it anymore, the boy slashes his own throat inside the cell. Alex screams for the guards, but the boy bleeds to death before they arrive. The guards take away the body. Alex is completely traumatized. The next day, the 3 inmates begin targeting Alex. He manages to escape and runs to his cell, where he sharpens his toothbrush into a weapon to protect himself. Later, when Alex goes to the bathroom, the 3 inmates corner him and are about to attack him. Suddenly, Brandon appears and saves Alex, taking him into his own room. The 3 inmates back off in fear. Brandon tells Alex that he cannot fight them alone, and a toothbrush won't save him, but Brandon can protect him. As long as Alex is under Brandon's protection, no one will touch him. However, Brandon wants something in return. He tells Alex that he plans to escape from prison, and Alex can help him. Brandon says that when Alex is released after 6 months, he must finish one unfinished job for him. Alex hesitates, but Brandon tells him that he can't protect him every day, unless Alex agrees. Brandon guarantees Alex's safety inside the prison if he accepts the deal. Alex finally agrees. The very next day, the 3 inmates try again to assault Alex in the bathroom. Brandon and his men arrive and beat them badly. The leader of those inmates threatens Brandon. Enraged, Brandon orders his men to kill him. They throw the man off the roof, killing him instantly. After this, no inmate dares to come near Alex again. Time passes, and finally, Alex is released from prison. Following Brandon's instructions, Alex meets a gangster named Mark and hands him a letter written by Brandon. After reading it, Mark gives Alex a suitcase and a house key. Mark also sends his man Josh with Alex, who clearly dislikes him. Alex reaches the house, which turns out to be a luxurious oceanfront mansion. He opens the suitcase and finds multiple passports belonging to Brandon, a gun, and a cell phone. Suddenly, someone knocks on the door. A woman named Natasha enters and gives Alex some money and another phone. When Alex asks why he needs it, she tells him that instructions will come through that phone. Then she leaves. The next day, Alex meets a man who shows him a collection of dangerous weapons and trains him to use
use a gun in an open field. After training, Alex books a helicopter tour over the city. He secretly places weapons in his bag. Once the helicopter is airborne, Alex pulls out a gun and forces the pilot to fly toward the prison. Meanwhile, Brandon prepares for the escape inside the prison. He starts a fight with a fellow inmate. When guards intervene, Brandon takes one guard hostage with a knife and forces another guard to open the door. Once outside, Alex arrives in the helicopter and starts firing at the guards. Brandon and his men board the helicopter and escape, shooting back at the guards. They land far away, change clothes, switch to a car, and go straight to Mark. Mark is happy to see Brandon free and explains a massive plan to steal gold from a gold mine. He says this will be their final job, after which they'll never need to steal again. While planning, Alex sees Natasha by the swimming pool. Josh, who likes Natasha, gets jealous and pushes Alex into the pool, knowing Alex cannot swim. Alex begins to drown, but Natasha jumps in and saves him. Everyone laughs at Alex for not knowing how to swim. Humiliated, Alex leaves. Later, Natasha picks Alex up in a luxury car and takes him to a restaurant. They talk deeply, and Alex starts falling for Natasha. Natasha explains she is an immigrant and needs money to leave the country after this final job. That night, Brandon scolds Alex for leaving without permission and warns him to stay away from Natasha. Later, Brandon takes Alex to the gold mine and assigns him the job of disabling emergency alarms. He also recruits a skilled race car driver for the escape. During planning, Josh provokes Alex again and they get into a fight. Brandon separates them and sends Alex outside. Alex goes to a bar where Natasha is being harassed. Alex pulls out his gun and scares the men away. Natasha is impressed and takes Alex to the beach. Natasha swims in the ocean and encourages Alex to join her despite his fear. Alex finally overcomes his fear and they become intimate. Before leaving, Natasha gives Alex her necklace for luck and says she doesn't want to lose him. Alex promises they will escape together after the heist.
On the day of the robbery, everyone disguises themselves as security guards and enter the mine using fake IDs. Inside, Alex disables the cameras through the ventilation system and opens all doors. Brandon and the team take control of the facility and force workers to melt the gold into slabs. Josh disobeys orders and shoots a worker for fun. Furious, Brandon beats Josh badly. After the gold is ready, the police surround the mine. Brandon orders everyone to wear worker uniforms again. They exit with hostages, confusing the police, then open fire and escape in the race car. During the chase, the driver is shot and killed, but still manages to block police vehicles before dying. The team escapes, hides the car in a truck, and meets Mark. Brandon hands over all the gold. Mark promises to sell it and split the money equally. On the other side, Natasha is waiting for Alex. She's packing her bags and getting ready to escape the city. Suddenly, there is a knock on the door. One of Mark's men enters her house. He tells Natasha that he knows she is trying to run away, and Mark knows it too. He says Mark has sent him to kill her. As soon as he finishes speaking, he attacks Natasha. The man is about to kill her, but Natasha somehow manages to break free and escape. She immediately calls Alex and tells him the truth. She warns him that Mark has betrayed everyone, kept all the gold, and now wants to kill them all. She also warns Alex that the police will soon come to his house, so he must not go home at any cost. Alex quickly informs Brandon. Because of Natasha's warning, Brandon stops his car some distance away from his house. Moments later, police vehicles surround Brandon's house from all sides. Brandon then calls Mark and asks why he did this. Mark completely denies knowing Brandon. Brandon, Alex, and Natasha regroup and start planning how to steal their share of the gold back. Brandon figures out where Mark is going to sell the gold. However, to pull this off, they need money. Brandon takes Alex to a graveyard, digs near a grave, and pulls out a bag full of cash. He says they will use this money to go to Melbourne because Mark will sell the gold there. All three of them head to Melbourne. In Melbourne, they stay at a bar where Brandon and Alex see their own faces on the news. Their photos are being shown for the gold mine robbery, but Brandon notices something strange. Josh's photo is missing. He immediately realizes that Mark is behind everything. Brandon pays a man to find Mark's location. Meanwhile, Natasha goes out to get food for Brandon and Alex. She doesn't realize someone is following her. When she returns, she overhears Brandon telling Alex to stay away from her. Brandon says Natasha is distracting Alex and hurting his focus. He tells Alex to give her some money and send her away. Hearing this, Natasha becomes upset and leaves. Alex notices and runs after her. Natasha believes Brandon and Alex are planning to betray her. Alex catches up to her and explains that what she heard was not what it sounded
sounded like. He promises her that he will stay with her until his last breath. Back at the hotel, the man who had been following Natasha enters Brandon's room and points a gun at him. He says Mark sent him to kill Brandon. Brandon calmly offers him double the money Mark promised and explains his plan to steal the gold back from Mark. Tempted by the gold, the man agrees and gives Brandon the exact location of the deal. The next day, they go to the deal location. Mark does not come himself. He sends Josh instead. Brandon attacks the group. After heavy gunfire, Brandon's team kills Josh's men and captures Josh alive. They take him to their hideout and question him about the gold's location. Josh refuses to talk. They brutally beat Josh, but he still refuses. Then, Brandon locks him inside a freezer for 1 hour. After that, Josh completely breaks and reveals where the gold is hidden. Brandon and Alex recover the gold. Knowing Mark will never let them live, Brandon and Alex go straight to Mark. Brandon points a gun at him. Mark panics. Before Mark can shoot them, Brandon kills him. After killing Mark, Brandon and Alex stay at a hotel. Brandon hides the suitcase full of gold under his bed. Knowing police will be searching for them in the gold robbery case, they decide to escape the city by boat. While on the boat, Brandon suddenly points a gun at Alex and orders him to get off. Brandon says he has the gold now and doesn't need Alex anymore. Alex calmly smiles and asks Brandon if he actually checked the suitcase. Brandon rushes to open it and discovers iron plates instead of gold. Furious, Brandon points his gun at Alex and demands an explanation. Alex reveals that he planned this with Natasha. When they went to kill Mark, Alex gave Natasha the hotel room key. She took the suitcase from under Brandon's bed, kept the gold, and replaced it with iron plates. Alex hands Brandon a phone. Natasha is on the line. She warns Brandon that if he harms Alex even a little, she will inform the police immediately. Enraged, Brandon pushes Alex into the water. Seconds later, Brandon remembers that Alex cannot swim. He quickly pulls Alex back onto the boat. Brandon asks Alex why he didn't just run away with all the gold. Alex tells him that Brandon helped him survive prison and he didn't want to betray him. He promises Brandon his fair share of the gold. Alex leaves Brandon behind, boards a small boat, and reaches the shore. He reunites with Natasha, and they hug each other. Later, Brandon goes to a laundromat to wash his clothes. A woman there notices Brandon's photo in the newspaper and realizes police are searching for him in the gold robbery case. She immediately reports his location. Police arrive and arrest Brandon, sending him back to prison. A few days later, Brandon receives a letter from Alex. Alex writes that Brandon's share of the gold has been buried in the same graveyard. The letter also includes a photo of Natasha. She is pregnant, showing that Alex and Natasha are now a couple. Brandon smiles as he looks at the photo. The story ends here.